Happy Wednesday to you. And this morning we're going to get started with our packet. At the top you see it says 4/15. 4 means the month of April. It's the fourth month of the year, January, February, March, April. And it's the 15th day. The first page is our penmanship page, and you can just do the penmanship page by yourself, the front and the back. And of course, be really careful as you practice your cursive to be working on your slant, working on your angle. And that is true whether it's on that page or whether it's on the next page, which is our phonics page. When you write your name at the top, be sure that your name is slanted, be sure it has a capital letter, and be sure that all letters are sitting on a line. There are no such thing as floating letters. All letters, whether they're manuscript, whether they're cursive, they all sit on a line. So be sure yours are sitting on a line as well as you write your name this morning. Yesterday we talked a little bit about diphthongs and digraphs. And remember they said we were talking about vowels. And so the vowel digraph is two vowels side by side that make a different sound. Like in the word sweater. The E and the A make the sound of eh, when you would think it would make the sound of E, like in the word each, but it doesn't. It makes the sound of eh, as in sweater, as in bedspread, spread. That E and that A make a special sound. But they only make one sound. That's going to be the difference, okay? Let's watch as we go on. The EI, like in the word weight. Weight. He was able to lift a heavy weight. EI is in that word, and yet it sounds like A. Or like in the word book. Book. The two O's together make a funny sound. But they only make one sound. So let's look down here at the diphthongs. The diphthongs are two vowels side by side, but they make kind of a blended sound. See if you can hear it. Like the word blue. Ooh, ooh. Blue, the wind blew. It has that two blendy sounds. They call it a gliding sound. The next is like oi. It could be O-I, it could be O-Y. Oi, 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 oi. Join, oi. Okay? And that's like ow, ow, our. This is our classroom. Ow. So it's kind of a little bit tricky because they all have to do with vowels. But today we're going to do our phonics page. We'll do it together, okay? Got your pencil ready to go? All right. The rules say, or the directions, read each word. On the first line, and they mean the first column right here, okay, they want you to write the number of vowels you see in the word. Then they want you to say each word, and on the second line, write the number of vowel sounds you hear. On the third line, write the number of syllables in the word. Remember, syllables. It is like little dividing parts of a word. Like Lillian has 3 syllables. Cruise, 1 syllable. Bentley, 2 syllables. Amy, 2 syllables. Like that. So we're looking for syllables, and that's in our last column. So, number 1. You can read the word if you can. The word is autumn. Can you find how many vowels are in the word autumn? And probably in this paper, they are going to include maybe a Y as a vowel. We'll let you know as we come through those, okay? But mostly the vowels are A, E, I, O, U. And you've known that, clear probably even before kindergarten. So look at autumn and see how many vowels you see. What did you come up with? Did you come up with 3? Good. An A and 2 U's. So where it says right there, the first little line, you're going to write 3. That's how many vowels are in the word autumn. Autumn. You hear the ah, the A and the U together, and you hear the autumn. So the amount of the sounds you hear, which is right in the middle, is 2. And how many syllables are in autumn? Autumn, 2. So your answers would be 3, 2, 2. And let's move on to the second. How many vowels do you see in the word shook? Shook. Remember, our vowels are A, E, I, O, U, and sometimes O-Y. You're right. There are 2 vowels. And what are they? Double O's. So for the first column right there beside number 2, you write 2. How many sounds do you hear? How many vowel sounds? Sh, sh, You hear 1 vowel sound. So in the middle column, you put number 1. And how many syllables are there? Shook, 1 syllable. So in the last column, you put 1. So the answers for that are 2, 1, 1. Move down to number 3. We're looking for how many vowels you see. Bread. How many vowels in the word bread? You're right, 2 vowels. And how many vowel sounds do you hear? Bread, bread, bread. We just hear 1. And so the middle column is the number 1. And how many syllables are there? Bread, just 1 syllable. So the last column is 1. So your answers there for number 3 are 2, 1, 1. Move down to number 4. The word is way. How many vowels do you see in the word way? You're right, 2. E and an I. How many vowel sounds do you hear? Way, just 1. So the middle column is 1. And how many syllables in the word way? Way, just 1. So your answer for number 4, your answers are 2, 1, 1. Move down to number 5. The word is broom. How many vowels do you see in the word broom? 2. 2 O's right together. So in the first column, you write 2 beside number 5. How many sounds do you hear in broom? Broom. You hear 1 sound. So in the middle column, put number 1. And how many syllables are there in the word broom? Broom. Just number 1. So the answers for number 5 are 2, 1, 1. Are you seeing kind of a pattern here? I want you to look at the middle column and the last column, and you realize that they're the same number, and they're always going to be the same number. So this amount of syllables in a word means that's how many vowel sounds you hear in the word. Okay, so your middle column and your last column are going to always be the same, because the number of syllables has to do with how many vowel sounds you hear in a word. Let's move down to number 6. Sweater. How many vowels do you see in the word sweater? I'll let you think on this of your own. Okay, sweater. How many vowels do you see? Okay, let's go to the middle column. How many vowel sounds do you hear? You hear 2. And how many syllables are in the word sweater? You can figure that one out on your own. Move down to number 7. The word is bookcase. And we know that this is a compound word, which means two small words hooked together. Bookcase. How many vowels do you see? Ooh, there's a lot of them, so be sure to count correctly. How many sounds do you hear? B-u-uk, K-a-a. We hear 2. And how many syllables are in the word bookcase? And that's what you put in your last column. Okay, we're doing great. Move down to number 8. The word is school. School. How many vowels do you see? Put that number in the first column. How many vowel sounds do you hear? School. School. Ooh, ooh, ooh. We only hear 1. And how many syllables in the word school? I'll let you figure that out. Number 9, the word is reindeer. How many vowels do you see in the word reindeer? And how many vowel sounds do you hear? Reindeer. You only hear 2. How many syllables are in the word reindeer? Number 10. How many vowels do you see in the word spool? Spool. And how many vowel sounds do you hear? Spool. Spool. You only hear 1 vowel sound. How many number of syllables are there in that word? Spool. Spool. And let's move down to number 11. In the first column, tell me how many vowels are in this word. Sleigh. Sleigh. How many vowel sounds do you hear? Sleigh. You only hear 1, that long A sound. Sleigh. And then tell me in the last column how many syllables there are in the word sleigh. Move down to number 12. Feather. Feather. How many vowels are in the word feather? And let's look at the middle column here. How many vowel sounds are there in the word feather? Fe-e-e-e. 2. 2 vowel sounds. And how many syllables do you hear in the word feather? How many syllables are in that word? And that goes in the last column. Move down to number 13, bedspread. How many vowels are in that word? Bedspread. How many vowel sounds do you hear? Be-e-e, spre-e-e. You hear 2 S sounds. So that number 2 goes in the middle column. And then tell me how many syllables in the last column. Moving down to number 14, weighted. Weighted. The fishing nets were weighted. How many vowels? And that goes in the first column. How many vowel sounds? Weighted, a, 2 vowel sounds. And then how many syllables goes in the last column? Doing okay? Okay, we're on 15. Woodpecker. How many vowels are in the word woodpecker? Be careful, it's a little bit trickish. All right. And then, how many vowel sounds are there? W-ud, pe-e, k-er. 3 vowel sounds. So, how many syllables are there? And that goes in the last column. Move down to number 16. The word is laundry. Laundry. Now this one's tricky because they're using that Y as a vowel. So the vowels you see, how many vowels there are 3. A, U, Y. How many sounds do you hear in the vowel world? La, ah, lon, dre, e, ah, and e. So the middle column is 2. And of course, the number of syllables is the same as the middle column, 2. Laundry. Good. Hey, we've got half of that done already. Let's move off to number 17. The word is measure. Measure. Count the vowels that you see. Be careful, there's a lot of them. Measure. And let's hear how we say that. Me, je, measure. We hear 2 vowel sounds. So, how many syllables are in there? Good. Move down to number 18. Instead. Instead. How many vowels are in that word? Good. Okay, let's listen to our sounds. I, in, ste, 2 vowel sounds. So, how many syllables would be in that word? Move down to number 19. Neighborly. Now they're using the Y as a vowel. So how many vowels are in this word, including the Y that's used as a vowel? Neighborly. And let's listen to the vowel sounds. Neighborly. There are 3 vowel sounds. So, how many syllables are there? Let's move down to number 20. The word is naughty. Naughty. How many vowels are there, including the Y? You were right. You were thinking about that, weren't you? I could tell. Okay. Naughty. The Y is a vowel. So let's listen to the vowel sounds. Na, ah, t, e, naughty. 2 vowel sounds. So, how many syllables? Move down to number 21. The word is headline. Headline. How many vowels? Be careful. How many vowels? And let's listen to the sounds. Head, line, I, head, line. 2 vowel sounds. So that number 2 goes in the middle column, and then you tell me how many syllables in headline. Move down to number 22. The word is brook. Brook. How many vowels do you see in that word? Let's listen to our sounds. Brook. 1 vowel sound. And then how many syllables in the word brook? Move down to number 23. The word is pause. Pause. And this would be like in a remote control where you have to pause the action. Pause. How many vowels do you see? Be careful. How many vowels? Let's listen to the sounds. Pause. 1 vowel sound. And how many syllables? Move down to number 24. The word is 18. How many vowels do you see in the word 18? Okay, let's listen to our sounds. 18. 2 vowel sounds. 18. And how many syllables? Move down to number 25. The word is leather. How many vowels are in that word? Leather. leather, leather. 2 vowel sounds. And how many syllables? Oh, you're getting faster at this, I can tell. Move down to number 26. The word is haunted. Ooh, that's a scary word. Very scary, very, very. So let's look at haunted. How many vowels do you see? Let's listen to the sounds. Ha, haunted, haunted. 2 sounds. So how many syllables? Move down to number 27. The word is freight. This would be like cargo and boxes and things that maybe a train would carry, like a freight train. Freight. How many vowels do you see? Let's listen to our sounds. Freight, freight. Just one long A sound. And then how many syllables goes in the last column? Move down to number 28. Coins, coins. How many vowels do you see? How many vowels do you hear? Oins, oins, oins. 1, oi. And how many syllables are there in the word coins? Move down to number 29. Because. How many vowels do you see? Be careful. Okay, how many vowels do you see? Be-ka. 2 vowel sounds. So, how many syllables are in this word? Move down to number 30. Woodpile. How many vowels in this word? Woodpile. Let's listen to it. Wood, pile, isle. 2, and I. 2 vowel sounds. So how many syllables? Who's your hand about wearing out? Okay, shake it out a little bit. We've only got 2 more to go. The next is 31, raccoon. Raccoon. How many vowels do you see? Let's listen to our sounds. Ra-coo, a-coo. 2 vowel sounds. And then tell me how many syllables in the word raccoon. And the last is the word heavy. And they're using a Y as a vowel. So, how many vowels do you see in the word heavy? And let's listen. He-e-v-e, e-e, heavy. 2. So there are 2 vowel sounds in the word heavy. And then you write the number of syllables. Okay, when you're done with that, let's flip the paper over. Ooh, this is a nice long paper, isn't it? On the back it says, say the name of the picture at the beginning of each row and look at the letters circled in the picture name. Circle the same pair of letters in each word in the row and then write the number of syllables in the word on the line. Whew, that's so much to remember. Oh, that's too hard for my brain. But let's go back and see if we can do it. Okay. Well, it's not nearly as bad as it seems. First of all, they showed you right away what to circle. So they showed you an EW for the stew, an OI, an OY, an OU, and an OW. So you're going to circle those same things, okay? So all of these are going to have an EW. These are going to have an OI. All of these words are going to have an OY. Can you see it? And at the bottom, they're all going to have, or right in the middle there, number 4, OW, and then OU, and then OW. Okay, so we're good with that. So that part's easy peasy. And then they're going to want for you to tell them how many syllables are in each word. Okay? There are a couple tricky ones, I think, in this. Okay? So we're looking for syllables. I'll let you go back and do all the circles. You can do that without me. But let's go through the syllables. Okay? Stew. How many syllables in stew? And I'll go down. How about few? How about jewelry? Jewelry. jewelry. And that's tricky because I've also heard it pronounced jewelry, jewelry. So I think sometimes it could have, it sounds like it has two, but I've heard people say jewelry, and that would be three. So I'm kind of more with jewelry. Hey, have mommy and daddy looking up in the dictionary. You let me know, okay? Okay. In that same that same little section, chewy. How many syllables in chewy? How many syllables in crew? And how many syllables in through? Move down to number 2, pointer. How many syllables? Broil, broil, broil. That's a tricky one. It sounds like 2, but there's only 1 syllable. Broil. Oil can. 2 syllables. Oil can. Voice. Join. Spoiling. Spoiling. 2 syllables. Move down to number 3. Boy. Annoy. Royal. 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 2 syllables. Enjoy. Troy. Toy. Number 4. Mouse. Bounce. Outside. Shouted. Cloudy. House. And the last group. Crown. Uptown. Frowns. Now. Brown. Flower pot. Flower pot. All right? Now be sure that you circle everything that needs to be circled and that you've looked beside and be sure that you fill in, delete any blanks. You know, that's always easy to do when you've got so many things to write on a paper. Okay? Super. Looks like you've followed along pretty well. And remember, a digraph makes, there are 2 vowels, but they only make 1 sound when you sound them together. And a diphthong makes those 2 glided vowels together. All right. So this was a page of diphthongs, and the page before it, I think, was a page of digraphs. All right. They're kind of the same. And, you know, in reality, it doesn't make a drop of difference. Not really, you know. We have to pass the test. But, you know, no, in reality, if you ask your mom and dad, okay, Mom, can you tell me a digraph and a diphthong? Maybe even they don't know because it's not really something you use. You use it automatically when you read, but you are such good readers that you don't really even think about when you're saying it. You don't really think about it. So just letting you know, digraphs and diphthongs. We're not going to spend a lot of time on them, but if you followed me today, then congratulations. Okay, have Mommy grade it. Bye. Bye-bye.